What, the Master? How could the Master be a letdown?
Hi. Good, how are you?
If we were friends, if you would be able to cosplay, what would you be?
If I was, sorry?
Cosplay, like dressing up.
Cosplay? Who would I dress up as? Oh, I don't dress up. It's my job. A busman's holiday. Every day you've got to work, I have to put somebody else's costume on. So I don't do fancy dress. And I get a lot of ribbing for it because the rest of my family do.
Well, you did a bit of that on Life on Mars.
I did dress up.
Let me say, as someone who grew up in the 70s, you rocked the 70s.
Oh, thanks, man.
You really
Thanks,
did.
Yeah, so did I. So I vaguely remember it.
Oh, you're not that old. Come on.
Yeah.
Any comic book collections or sci-fi stuff in your house? Any geeky stuff?
Yeah, I love comics. I used to love comics as a kid, and even now. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've got plenty of comics in my house. A lot of graphic novels. My boys are really into it all. But yeah, I mean, Superman and Batman and things like that. I love Watchmen and Arkham Asylum, all that kind of stuff.
Since this is a new series and we don't actually know too much about it, can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Yeah, I play a character called Jack Whelan, who's an ex-LAPD cop. Him and his wife Amy have moved they've had to get out of LA for some reason, which will become clear later. There's obviously something's happened and they've had to leave. And he's quit the force for some reason, which we will find out later. And so they've
spilled it all now if you want, it's fine.
Yeah, so they're living in the Pacific Northwest. He's an author now, and he's had a sort of a fluke successful book, I would say, where he's got crime scene photographs that he's taken of them, seen crimes, and he's written about them, and he's had a hit book. And so we find him where he's trying to follow up that hit book, and he's not a writer, so he's got writer's block, and he doesn't know what he's going to do. And as this happens, when we find them, they're absolutely, completely in love. They're devoted to each other. But as we meet them, she starts acting quite strangely. And this coincides with a friend of Jack's from high school who hasn't seen for a long time, since high school, turning up and telling him this story about this group of people that he's come across that basically can control immortality. Jack doesn't believe him, obviously. He thinks he's full of it. Then he asks him, he says, has your wife been acting strange? And it's like,
Don't they all?
yeah, well, stranger than usual.
Well, so now Jack was a policeman, and this so far unexplained accident caused him to retire and become a writer.
Yeah.
But then he finds himself in this situation where he pretty much has to be thrust back into the role of an investigator that he left behind. Does he have trouble getting back into that role, or is it something that he has longed for since he retired?
Well, I think he slips into it quite easily, and he doesn't call the cops, which somebody would usually do.
Except on TV.
Yeah, except on TV. But so he won't do that because he's too proud and he thinks he can sort it himself. And so he sort of goes undercover, really. He's not a cop anymore, but he sort of is, and he's sort of he's good at it. He's good at it, and he goes after it.
I'm so sorry, we were talking about the home set. Could you talk about seeing the home, thinking about that house set, like your favorite room?
Oh, the Whelan's house. Oh, we spent a lot of time in that house. My favorite room.
Anything about aesthetically or anything interesting with the house that you something?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lovely location, perfect for the characters, great, I spent so much time in it, I can't think of a room, but it's very strange when you're filming there because it's completely unrecognisable as a house. When you're not filming in a certain room, the other rooms are just full of equipment and, and you just shift everything around, but it was a beautiful house.
You made it a spooky house.
It was very spooky house. It was very open as well, so you could see, full dark, no stars. You could see it. Yeah, it was great for the characters. Great location.
Well, this is a question you may not be at liberty to ask, but the accident that we were speaking of earlier, does it somehow, Jack's accident, does it somehow tie into the larger storyline, the conspiracy? Are you able to answer that? Do you know the answer to that by any chance?
It's not an accident. It's something happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and yeah, it does absolutely.
It does tie in?
Yeah,
Oh,
completely.
good. I was hoping it did.
Yeah, there's a nobody is who they seem in this show. He's got a what they're saying is everybody's got an intruder inside them. Everybody's got a dark side, a part of them that does things and goes. And as soon as you do it, you think, oh my, I'm sorry, I don't know where the hell that came from. I'm really sorry. Or with people, you have some people that you know and love, and you don't recognise them for a minute. And it's just a strange thing. Deja vu, you know, not the Matrix, it's this. And so there's all that kind of thing that sort of explains that we could have been here before. And what they're saying is these people have found a way to control reincarnation, so they can bring people back by triggering them back, and they can bring them back in certain bodies wherever they want. So it's quite spooky, and it's like everybody's got that element in them, but these people can control it. And so when Gary comes to explain his fears for Amy, he's insinuating that she is not herself. And he recognises that. At first, to Gary, he says, "No, leave me alone. What are you talking about? You're talking about my wife, and I haven't seen you for how many years?" But he's right, and it eventually sinks in. And he triggers something off in Jack, and he goes on the rampage.
And you've been in a lot of sci-fi / genre roles. Are you drawn to them, or do they find you?
They're drawn to me.
And are you a fan at all? I mean, I don't expect that you would have to be in a sci-fi show, but are you a fan in particular?
Well, I don't know whether this I would class as sci-fi. I'd say it's a paranormal thriller. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We were talking about Imposter last weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, was it? Yeah, we did have that conversation. Am I a fan? Yeah, I mean, I love Star Wars, you know, the original 3. Used to watch Star Trek, the original Star Trek.
Yeah.
You know, $6 Million Man, I used to love
Oh.
Rider. You know, all that kind of thing. Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, Buster Crabbe, all that. So yeah, as far as it goes, I mean, I'm not, an obsessive fan in any way, but yeah.
But
So you're talking about how these people are controlled. Do we learn that you work with supernatural, is it alien, is it something like that?
It's I can't say. Well, it's a cross between Highlander, The X-Files, and Sailor's Wife.
Good dancing in the rain out there.
Let's go back to what you were saying. In your house with the comic books, where in your house is it like a bookshelf or?
Where are my comics? Right, tell you. No, they're on shelves. Yeah, I've got the Sandman thing, Neil Gaiman. And, yeah, I mean, I don't read much anymore. I read novels now, but I mean, they're all there for my son to read. Every so often, I'll pick one up. And I read one that recently was pretty good, Batman Earth 1, where it sort of starts again. That was good. And Superman's my favourite, so I'll sort of keep an eye on it. But I sort of read novels mainly, but I used to read every week. I had the Spider-Man and the Hulk delivered to my house when I was a kid, and I couldn't wait by the door.
Same here. Oh yeah, I
just
remember
wait by
those
the door.
days.
And those days are gone now. You can get immediately anything online immediately, can't you? You have to wait 2 weeks or so. We did. We went to Disneyland. Yes, we did. 2 days at Disneyland.
I was thinking you all over on deadline. I was like, I hope they had a good time.
We had a great time. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, and this is not your first time at Comic Con.
Yeah. I did one in England, but it's very different. Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, well, we've only just got here, so this is our second room we've been in, so that's all I've seen. So far, so good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Pleasure.
Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Nice to meet you all.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.